let's do some AI news. It doesn't really roll off the tongue. You can't just say that like that. AI news. Mike B. Chat. AI Darnell, actually, I guess, also kind of here. Hi, YouTube. Hi, how's everyone doing today? We have another installment of AI news. We go through all the AI related stuff that's happening. Good news, bad news, all that good stuff. All right. Go. Well, I'll let him go for that.
Let's do some news.
All right. First up, the EU proposes new copyright rules for generative. Don't let that intern talk again. All right, so big steps. This is a big step towards putting in some kind of rules or guidelining for a generative AI. As it stands, generative AI is kind of like making things out of thin air. Sure, it's made out of it's comprised of data sets that have been collected from millions of images, billions of images, 3.5 billion data points if you're Dolly, that they've collected from across the internet and across the world. But when you generate stuff, doesn't necessarily mean that it's just come out of nowhere. It's coming out of someone's pocket. So the European Commission began drafting the AI Act nearly 2 years ago. They started this process to regulate emerging artificial intelligence technology. Under the proposals, AI tools will be classified according to their perceived risk level, from minimal through to limited, high, and unacceptable. Areas of concern include biometric surveillance, spreading misinformation, or discriminatory language. So it's kind of like, it's kind of baseline level stuff. It's like your personal safety, your personal privacy, spreading misinformation. I mean, that pretty much should go without saying. There's discriminatory language, which, of course, right? Whenever people post something on r/ChatGPT, oh, look at this racist thing I got ChatGPT to say, ha 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 ha. Language is all AI at this point. So yeah, this is kind of the first step. It's a pretty big step from the European Union to or the European Commission to put down some rules, some guidelines here. So again, their biggest thing is, it says companies employing generative AI tools such as ChatGPT or image generator Midjourney will have to disclose any copyrighted material used to develop their sim systems. So that sounds to me like they're saying that OpenAI, Midjourney, DALL-E has to disclose the copyrighted material that they use to build their data sets, but that's definitely not going to happen. So more than likely what they're saying here is that the companies who are, I guess, using AI would have to disclose anything that they use. I don't know. That is related. This is a part that I'm a little confused about, honestly, because it says companies deploying generative AI tools, which I guess would be OpenAI, right? Of course, they're deploying the AI generative tools. But I can't see them actually opening the door and releasing all of their data sets and everything, because all these companies, they work in private. They're not going to release everything. Not specifically OpenAI, but other generative AI companies. So I don't know exactly what impact that's going to have in that regard, but I mean, getting some rules moving is kind of a good thing. It'll kick everybody else, all the other governments in gear to try to do something themselves, to try to regulate it. But steps. Is that infringing on people's privacy? It's for companies, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Like with the data sets, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you exactly how they're gonna do that. This all feels like something meant for companies that does the Redbubble type content, but there will be some loopholes, and it'll have to abide by GDPR. Yeah, it's like GDPR. I feel like already covers a lot of this stuff. So like this, almost like the having to disclose copyrighted material that was used for training your data sets. Like that, it's like that I feel like that should already be covered on GDPR, Like if you release all the information back to them, are they going to hit them back with a bunch of GDPR like fines? Here's all the information you requested. Whoa, buddy. So just like telling the public the 7 herbs and spices that KFC uses. Good luck. Yeah, exactly. So that's where it's a first step. It's a first step. Every first step for this in this industry or in AI is going to be clumsy. It's going to be clumsily implemented for sure. So, next up, this is actually pretty big news too. Google researchers have figured out how to render stable diffusion images on a phone. And it says that their breakthrough isn't device specific, rather it's a generalized approach that can add improvements to all latent models. So they're saying that this is not specific to Android or iOS or anything like that. You can render this stuff anywhere because of how they built how they built the code, how they made it more efficient. It's just math after all, yeah. But also it's like how it talks to the device. So this is efficiently running generative AI models on mobile devices would mark a significant advancement in capabilities. In a recent paper, a team of Google AI researchers unveiled a method to dramatically improve the performance of Stable Diffusion 1.4 model on mobile phones. One Samsung test device was able to generate images in under 12 seconds, which is slow for like, you know, regular computer or whatever, but it's still generating images, even if it takes 12 seconds. It says, remarkably, this approach can be applied to other large diffusion models, potentially accelerating generative AI performance across a wide range of mobile devices. Google will make it run 10 times slower on anything that isn't Pixel phone and pretend the AI cores are great. Oh, man. Yeah. My AI cores. They better not use GeForce now. Oh, speaking of, GeForce actually has its own AI thing they're developing, too. Oh, I mean, a ton of stuff that they're developing. Everybody has. This is assumed. You know of a company? Guess what? They're doing AI right now. I was also on GitHub like a week ago or a few weeks ago. There you go. So yeah, being able to render stuff on your phone instead of having to like tunnel into somewhere else in order to do it or remote desktop in like I've been doing is a big deal. Incoming AI butt plug. Of course, I expect lots of AI stuff from Google on 10 May during the I/O event. That's right. What is that? That's next week. A week from today. Today's Wednesday. So next Wednesday we'll see that. Let me see. Remind me next Wednesday morning to watch the Google I/O event. It's true. Yeah, it's definitely going to be. It's definitely going to be a huge amount of people. I'm sorry, a huge amount of announcements that are going to come out of that because Google is already kind of like on their back foot right now when it comes to AI. What is it called? The back foot. Already stepping back. Already on the back leg, whatever it's called. So they need to pull out some like big moves. Yeah, we'll probably watch it. I mean, for sure we'll watch it. What is it? Today is Thursday. Yeah, I don't know what time it's going to be. I don't want to look at my phone. Is it going to tell me what time it is? Put ChatGPT in my phone. You should know what I'm looking for. Anyway, so yeah, being able to generate images on your phone, soon to be a relatively common thing. And fucking phones are going to get even more and more powerful. So it's everything we're doing right now with AI is like the worst that it can possibly be, right? Every video, like the video that I made, right? Hashtag ad, I made a video. It's on AK Mike Beats. It's also on YouTube Shorts. So if you're on YouTube, you can watch it there using multiple layers of generative AI on top of footage that I shot. And it looks like shit, you know? It's cool, right? There's a cool factor there for sure. But, you know, once you get done and you realize that you can make all these changes to make it better, it's like, wow, it looks like shit. And it's because every iteration, not just of the technology, but also how we use the technology is getting better. How we're using prompts, we're getting better at that. I remember somebody figured out that AI could be 25% more, or ChatGPT could be 25% more accurate if you just ask it to double check its answers. Right? So it's like, it's breakthroughs like that we're constantly kind of running into that are going to help us, you know, make these products that, you know, maybe look like shit now, but a month ago were impossible, and a month from now are going to be, you know, completely outdated and artificial and something. Oh God. Speaking of, I don't know, I got nothing on that one. So I was like, speaking of insemination, but no, that's really bad. ChatGPT could create its own religion. This is a historian claims this. This is Yuval Noah Harari claims that because it has mastered our language, it can more proof that religion is dumb. That it can therefore also create a following and so on and so forth. Daily Mail, come on, it's still fun. It's a speaking at a science conference. He said AI had crossed a new frontier by gaining mastery of our language and is now capable of using it to shape human culture. There's probably another person that thinks that it just sits around and just thinks all day. He said in the future, we might see the first cults and religions in history whose revered texts were written by a non-human intelligence. Ooh. Insemination would be the bridge to Utah. Utah. Oh yeah, Utah. The ones who can't they can't Pornhub right now. Yeah. Insemination is all they can do apparently for now. So, yeah, I mean, it's just like your opinion, man. Sal Khan is the founder of Khan Academy, which I'm sure a lot of you guys probably at least know or maybe have used. It's a learning database, it's an educational database available to everybody for like hella cheap or free. So this guy's basically kind of used. It's pretty good, exactly. So he did a TED talk and he came out and he has a pretty good kind of the opposite of what we.
We're at the cusp of using AI for probably the biggest positive transformation that education has ever seen. And the way we're going to do that is by giving every student on the planet an artificially intelligent but amazing personal tutor. And we're going to give every teacher on the planet an amazing artificially intelligent teaching assistant. And just to appreciate how big of a deal it would be to give everyone a personal tutor, I show you this clip from Benjamin Bloom's 1984 Two Sigma study, or he called it the Two Sigma problem. The Two Sigma comes from two standard.
We won't have to go through this whole thing, but it is fascinating. And his point is that being able to have access to an unmatched learning tool is invaluable to folks who don't have access to unmatched education, right? We don't have the funds, we don't have the connections, we don't know somebody that knows somebody. So, this is a big deal. Maybe not, he doesn't necessarily mean literally go to ChatGPT and ask it, hey, can you teach me how to do this algebra problem? This is more in the context of a tool that's developed to help people, kind of like Khan Academy. Or actually, kind of like, wasn't a Babelfish, Duolingo. Duolingo has an AI functionality built in now that will allow it to basically intelligently reciprocate and help you learn a language. That's incredible. Why not extend that out to schools and so that everybody can have access to this? Unless, of course, they want to keep us dumb for some reason. They found this just in time so they won't have to raise teacher salaries. They were never going to do that to begin with. Teacher salaries, man, that's the last. They don't give a shit about. That's the last thing they want to talk about. Teachers, expendable. That's kind of the attitude the government has with fucking teachers. Or like you said, hearing your own voice when learning a new language in that language. Exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We were talking about the multilingual support that 11 Labs added to 11 Labs to voice AI voice. And, it was like, wow, that's great that you can hear what you're supposed to sound like when you're saying something in another language. That's like one of the hardest parts when you're trying to learn another language is you don't know how to make that sound, But if I hear myself make that sound, it'd be a little bit easier for me to imitate, It's pretty dope. ChatGPT as a tutor won't work. See previous message. Why? Almost everyone has the entire internet, all that knowledge at their fingertips, and people use it to look for pictures of food and cats and naked people. Yes, but that's the whole internet. If you have a tool that kids use in school, I know it's been a while since you've been in school, right? But Declan's in school right now, and he has a lot of stuff online. And so having a lot of these tools that he only has access to, right? Just these tools, having one that's powered by, ChatGPT or some kind of AI where it can, learn and adapt and help the person learn what it is that they're doing during like a homework session instead of just giving a problem and saying, answer it. No, wrong. It can intelligently help the end user understand what it is that they're trying to do. So I don't agree with your assessment, Draven, because of your weird. But giving somebody a tool in their already existing Khan Academy, whatever other like crazy like apps and stuff they have built into their online account, their school account, having a tool that is AI powered, I think would probably just be beneficial. I don't think it'll have anything to do with people searching other things, all that. My ADHD riddled child brain would fucking love having ChatGPT. Some people use it, as you say. People in general won't. But no, you're missing the point. It's a tool. It's a tool. If I gave you a screwdriver, you're not gonna go and try to pump gas with it. Because you can't. I wonder how it sounds like. It says you. I know. Wonder how it sounds like when you say hi. What? I know people that would. Have you seen gas stations in Florida? You'd be surprised. Okay. Maybe it was a bad analogy. I'm sorry, it was a bad analogy. You know what I'm saying? Look at my 60 FPS first. I wave it at you. Let's see. Speaking of, it's amazing at taking a complex subject and make it easy to understand. The internet is not good at that. You know my real dad. Yeah, I want you to be right. I just don't think you are. I think that AI as a whole is going to be abused for sure. But if you build a tool, you're not going to be able to use that tool for something else. That's the whole point. You build an educational tool, you're not going to be able to use the educational tool to go and look up porn if it's literally just there teaching you math. So that's where I don't necessarily agree. And it's fine. We could disagree. Speaking of things that could probably improve with AI, but they're not going to, Apple is going to build a paid AI health coach so that it can tell you that's obese, instead of putting AI behind fucking Siri, which hasn't had a real update, meaningful update in forever. There's so much stuff you can't do with Siri. Okay, Google, cancel, and the other device, right? Apple's been making shittier, shittier better help, but you got to pay for it though. It's gonna be a premium service. They already have a paid Apple Health service, so they're probably gonna lump this in with that. Siri in the corner go, what did I do wrong? Yeah, exactly. Just like, God. They can figure out more teaching styles for a wide range of kids. It's how they learn. More data that can have access to again. Yeah, it's a sex ed tutor. Okay. Huh. I guess you could tell it to be a sex ed tutor. Anyway, so this is a short article. We're just gonna hit this real quick because there's nothing else to know except it's a maybe, probably gonna be paid, probably gonna be AI, and it's not a Siri update. So fuck them. You triggered my Google Home and I told it to stop. And when I told it to stop, it stopped the stream. Oh. I tried to say cancel. I'm sorry. I try not to say the trigger words, but sometimes, it slipped. My bad. Sorry. Whole house is playing music now. Shit. Okay. Speaking of big companies, I don't know. Leave it to Apple to charge for a shit product. My boss has asked ChatGPT what the weather is instead of asking Siri because he prefers the AI to do his bidding. But the AI is not going to know his weather. The ChatGPT is not going to know the weather. Speaking of poor weather, Dropbox laying off 500 people. Actually, unrelated, Unity laid off a bunch of people today too. Actually, it's their third time, I think, laying off some folks. They're upwards over 1,000 people so far this year. That's more gaming stuff, but just so you guys know. So he knows the old weather. Wait, Dropbox still around? Really? I use Dropbox every day. Every single day, I have something that I'm putting in. I did today, for example, I put something in a Dropbox actually. Last night, all the time. It's actually the way that I move files around between my my PC and my phone because Apple does not really make that easy because Apple is Apple, and you know how they are. You really use mine, but you still have it? Yeah, all the time. I used it for the first time years ago. That's crazy. I use Dropbox to save tons of small things like your bookmarks. My bookmarks. What are you doing with my bookmarks? Anyway, so they're laying off 500 people. It says the changes that we're announcing today, while painful, are necessary for our future. I'm determined to ensure that Dropbox is at the forefront of the AI era. Just as we were at the forefront of the shift to mobile and the cloud, we'll need all hands on deck, except for the people laid off, as the machine intelligence gives us the tools to reimagine our existing businesses and invent new ones. So, just more jobs lost to AI. It's okay. Learn Learn how to prompt. That's a new learn how to code. Learn how to prompt engineer. Yeah, all hand I know. Just lay off 500 people. Sir, that's 1,000 hands you're not gonna have on deck. Did you notice that? I use a self-hosted OneDrive instead of Dropbox Nextcloud. I use a self-hosted Nextcloud. Yeah. How does AI help them? Well, you just ask ChatGPT, how can I make Dropbox better? And then it will just all of a sudden save you money. I don't know how it's supposed to help them. Although I'm sure that there's something that they can do utilizing AI to help make the experience better. I don't know necessarily how that relates to 500 people being laid off. So they did say they're going to be hiring a bunch of folks that are AI engineers, which, let's be real, probably people like you and me have just been using various prompt things for a while. That's your experience. That's pretty much top tier experience to a lot of companies right now. AI HR, yeah, AI HR, AI CEO, AI prompt engineers, exactly. Some AI based file sorting, content management. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Look at all my pictures. Oh my God, I have so many boobs in my Dropbox. It's just gotta be an endless supply of titties for whatever AI is gonna be scraping through and analyzing all my pictures. Yeah, what's your qualifications? Yeah, that's right. I've used ChatGPT for a few months. Yeah, actually, quite a lot, really. I'm pretty much an expert at this now. What you got here? You fucking did it. It says, oh, sorry. It says, I'm a Dropbox employee. As a Dropbox employee, there are several ways you can contribute to making Dropbox better. Here's some suggested. Collect user feedback. Oh my God. Collaborate with cross-functional teams. Oh, okay. Well, hold on a second. Focus on performance and reliability. Enhance security and privacy. Improve collaboration features. Probably should. Yeah, you know what? I bet if you ask it for new features, but its data is old though. Still pretty good. Oh, hey, look at this. I wonder what this is related to. Hey, remember this show? I know it really is. It's like when Red Command calls Sarge. You know, it's all like win more, do better, and kill the blues, right? And win more. So about cheerleader. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So this came up recently because there's a writer strike. There's a big writer strike going on right now. They have a number of demands. Some of the demands, though, are related to AI. So, like, for example, they don't want anybody to use, any companies or any studios to use the writing that they have provided or they have done for any training to go towards future projects. They don't want to use AI for any kind of iterative or literary changes to existing scripts or content that's created by people who are part of the union. So in order to get that, one of many requests. Save the writer, save the show. That's right. Yeah, this is a pretty good tweet that came out yesterday. It's like, how bad could a writer strike make things? Well, buddy, let me tell you a cautionary tale. Call the heroes. Something like that. I can't remember how the intro goes. What was the significance of the eclipse? I feel like they never really touched that. You know why? Because the fucking writer strike. Nobody knows what that means. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe they explained it. It's just been a long time. Literally never watched this. I couldn't say. Oh man, first season's so good. It had moments. It had good moments. But it's okay. It's probably too old now. Probably too old. Oh shoot. Oh. Hold on a second. Hello. Okay, so how much is it gonna cost? Fuck! $260! Yeah, it was the balance plus the lugs. They said the lugs were swollen. Boy! Hines, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hines. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. All right. So, heroes. a show that went south because of the writer's strike. Quantum of Solace, a movie that actually went south because of the writer's strike. Number of other shows, number of things, lots of stuff happened. The writer's strike lasted for a grand total of like 4.5 months. We're on day 2 right now. 3? 2-ish. Some change. Got a lot of opinions on what this could mean too. Joe Russo, who is the Avengers. Let me see. See, this is sort of using it into storytelling. Sorry. Oh, fuck. Man, I had this in my head, and then Himes distracted me. Not the American drummer. He's a filmmaker, but he worked on goddamn Captain America: Winter Soldier. There you go. Directed a whole bunch of Avengers related shows. So there you go. Too many shows died for years. Yes. So it says, Joe Russo says that AI will be used to engineer storytelling in movies. You could save the AI on your streaming platform. I want a rom-com starring my avatar and Marilyn Monroe's avatar, and it renders a story with dialogue that mimics your voice. So potentially what you could do with it, use to engineer storytelling and change storytelling. So you have a constantly evolving story, either in a game or in a movie or a TV show. You could walk into your house and save the AI on your streaming platform. Hey, I want a movie starring a photoreal avatar and Marilyn Monroe's photoreal avatar. Kind of like what we're doing right now with Stable Diffusion. It's a good tool to help. Yeah. It's a, wait, posted a good thing about the strike. Oh, hold on. Let me get through my stuff here. Let me see. I don't see it. Sorry, I don't see it. See, suddenly you have a rom-com starring you that's 90 minutes long. So you create a story. So this is a pretty vague. This is a pretty like a vague understanding of how this technology works now. But looking forward, I could see how it could be potentially be like real. Like as it stands right now, we have like Runway, Gen 2, and a bunch of other ways to make video that is AI generated. And we've seen movie trailers that were completely done up by generative AI. Even the scripts and the music, everything's done with generative AI. Sorry, so it's not that. And as I said earlier, like this is the worst that it's going to be. So his seemingly like wild assumptions of what we can do with technology doesn't seem that far-fetched. Yeah, the beer commercial, there's the sausage festival, right? I don't know if you guys saw that. There's the Pizza Hut thing. There's so much that's just being made for fun. I actually have some that I could show you today, actually, where they're just making insane advances in this tech. He talks about in video games, right? In video games, here is somebody put it, and I think we jokingly said that this was going to be I think I said that specifically Skyrim was going to be like the first place where they're going to put GPT somehow, right? It's like, because it's always Skyrim. I think as I say, it's always Skyrim that's doing it. And sure enough, just a few days ago, somebody did put an interface, and I'll explain what it is, where you could enter in text and get responses using voice and everything. Check this out. Everyone wants to make another. Yeah, exactly. Everyone. Got the arrow in the knee. I'm curious. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Tell me how that happened. Big text. You always have to wait.
Ah, yes. That was quite the tale. I was once a daring adventurer, roaming the lands of Skyrim in search of treasure and glory. But one day, fate had other plans for me. I was ambushed by a group of bandits near Whiterun, and despite my valiant efforts, I was outnumbered and overpowered. One of those scoundrels took aim at my leg with a bow and arrow, and before I knew it, I had taken an arrow in the knee.
How did the original script go? The scoundrels. So what they're using is this tech called inworld.ai, and it's basically an integration tool that allows devs to integrate AI in their games. So this kind of interaction, like think back to like EverQuest Classic, right? Where you were actually typing out the words in order to talk to the NPCs, right? It wasn't like click here, here's your whatever. You had to like say hail NPC, and then he would say a bunch of stuff, and you got to use keywords and all that stuff to talk to them. It used to be Adventure Like You. That's right, Adventure Like You. Yeah, it took to Air than E. It's a little bit more elaborative though. Skyrim AI Edition $69.99, release a winner. You. Back in my day, but no, this is it kind of harkens back to that era of being able to use language, natural language, to communicate with NPCs. And tools like this, I mean, these are popping up all over the place. Create characters. I haven't played, I haven't checked out the demos or anything like that, but I imagine there's probably similar creating characters, similar like how we did with Darnell. They probably came up with a template where they can create all these different characters, the personality types. You're an asshole. You're not an asshole. You're a sweetheart. You're kind of a dick sometimes. You are not good on Mondays. You don't do mornings. You're a late night person. You know, stuff like that. We already have procedure generation for level. That's pretty good. It'd be cool if you could customize it with prompts. You know, speaking of, there have been some people some devs experimenting with using AI. I don't know if this music is protected here, but this is using a combination of Stable Diffusion. I think it's Unity, right? Is it Unity? Let me see. UE5, voxel terrain, and control nets. And so you can see this is a generated landscape that has like a bump map terrain or something, and you're able to run around and, you know, do stuff in it. It doesn't look good because, you know, it's rendering right now, but still, it actually does sound pretty appealing. A lot of people complain that dialogue choices in games won't align with what they actually want to say. Yeah, imagine like games that have some kind of renegade / paragon system, stuff like that would be great if you could actually choose what you want to say. Sometimes the option doesn't say anything close to what the option said, you know? It's like, oh, I thought he was just going to say something a little mean. I didn't know he was going to be a huge asshole. And then again, it's not like it has a significant effect on the actual game. So tech like this, pretty dope. And even layers running around behind something, right? That stuff's pretty incredible. And that was 10 days ago, which is ancient. So I found one recently. Oh shit, it's gone. With a control. Oh dang it. So there's another one, and actually, you know, I'll show you a let me see. 1 week's progress. Yeah, here we go. Here's another good example. I had another one that was really good, kind of similar to this one, using a panoramic display, and it was like a point-and-click adventure walking around within it. It works really well. Back to the history. Not right now. Here's another example. This is Stable Diffusion. This is 7 days ago. Somebody took so somebody did a temporal masking of, boobas. And this was 7 days ago. Same person, right? Same person. And they revisit later to show how they've advanced with the technology, right? They got better through iterations. And now here they are again. Now we have much shorter video, right? But now we have Scarlett Johansson in here. So the quality is getting a lot better already. It's already only been a week. But boobs. So boobs. But these control nets and all that stuff, I mean, they're great and all that, but you have to be careful, because this kind of stuff is what your girlfriend experience on OnlyFans is going to change forever. This guy has been posting his tests where there is a Scarlett Johansson, Laura. Yeah, there is. I don't know how I know that. But he's been posting these tests that he was doing without using control nets, without using Absinthe, using just the rawest tools in Stable Diffusion in order to create this, genius setup. What do you mean my 2D waifu is a guy? You mean people lie on the internet? Replica? No, I don't know what that is. How far is this from what the one streamer is using? Oh, wait, you mean like so this is not real time, just so you know. This is not real time. So what he's demonstrating here is he took a stock video of himself, and he has a few of them that he put up, but I don't want to flip through his account because I don't know what else he has on there. But he took a stock video of himself, and then he broke down every image the same way that I did mine, up to a point, and then he put them together as a video after he rendered each individual frame to be this waifu, right? Yeah, the real tech is not quite there, but it also kind of is. And for this, I will actually search this. I will actually search Stable Diffusion, because I did see that somebody hit their webcam feed and were able to get a semi like real time. Oh shit. A semi real time. What's it called? Rendering based off his webcam feed. Let's see, I'm just trying to scroll. There's so many posts. God, was it not Cam? Cam, webcam source. Oh, what the fuck? I look webcam, didn't see anything. Here we go. So yeah, here's somebody using a webcam source as their live feed, and it's rendering the frames and interpolating the frames in real time. And again, this is super jank initial setup, but totally possible. Look at the background. It really is rendering out like the whole frame, making changes to the whole frame. So this stuff changes daily, you know? Yeah, proof of concept, it changes daily. So something like this could absolutely be, you know, real time ish here in, you know, a couple of a month. A month. So proof of concept, yeah, a lot. I mean, most of what I see on all over the subreddit, especially Stable Diffusion, is like a lot of really insane proof of concepts that are very quickly dated because somebody comes back with like, well, here's an actual implementation of this proof of concept and it shows it actually works, and it's crazy. That really looks Van Gogh-like. Yeah, the future of Van Gogh VTubers. So yeah, he says it takes about half a second per image to render, right? Webcam as a source. A little performance boost, add a controller for denoising strength to change it to the on the fly. Also try to move slowly to keep the image coherence. All we're waiting for is just advancements in processing. Better video cards, faster video cards, whatever. And then of course, efficiency in the code. Right? I mean, Stable Diffusion is not like a streamlined beast, you know? Like, that shit is clunky. It just gets all up in your video RAM and just starts fucking things up. So, like, there's lots of optimizations will come down the line that'll help as well. And so we will see. We will definitely see real-time stuff like this. And also, to answer your question, CodeMiko does not do anything like this. CodeMiko's setup is an actual, I think it's Unreal Engine rendering that is mapped in real time to mocap. So she has a mocap suit that she wears, and then when she moves, it sees a little mocap markers or whatever, and then it will update the model in real time on whatever stage they have, whatever on stream, whether it's a room or whatever she has her model at. And that's how that works. So I have a few 49ers, not bad boy, no problem. Code efficiency is getting there. Project Melody, I've seen some of her content, and she uses, it looks like she's using Absinthe in some cases, but oh, sorry, no, sorry. It looks like she's using mocap in a lot of instances, but there have been a couple of videos that it looks like she may be using some kind of Absinthe, like AI generative stuff. But most of what I've seen from her, 100% mocap, just a mocap suit. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Probably makes a mocap and regular VTuber stuff. Yeah, doing that research, huh? I mean, you know, I gotta subscribe. I'm curious what other AI VTubers are doing on their OnlyFans. Plus, Project Melody's free, so you know, she has to make some tools. Migo and Xana are working on great code at the moment. Yeah, for sure. So a few years, you don't need mocap, the mocap balls. You don't really need mocap right now. It just makes it better and smoother. There's a lot of apps out there that we've seen demoed that were like, they just captures via webcam, just captures you, and then it can see everything and it can do all that stuff. And so yeah, she doesn't use balls, but she does have a suit for it. I assume you mean balls, you know, literal balls. Ping pong balls fall over your face. She had a suit without balls. She has a suit without balls? Miko? I thought Miko has balls. That's it for the news. Thank you so much, chat. That was a lot. We got through a fucking lot. I left out the part about Amazon. Amazon has the AI so you can hear dialogue better. But that's it. I left that part out. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Say goodbye to YouTubes. To YouTubes. Wait, hold on a second, Darnell. Wait, Darnell, you got to say goodbye to YouTube. We're ending the show. Quick. Say goodbye. Go. What the fuck? Let's see.
A comic cab, goodbye. I was just getting started with these and jokes, partner. See you on the next stream.
Yeah, go play Star Rail. Honkai. Okay. Boop.